Yo, okay. Alright, let's just. Why am I starting a YouTube channel? Well, this is something that I have been passionate about for a number of years. Back in 2010, I became a massive fanboy of all things YouTube. It definitely wasn't cool to be into YouTube back then. And I started making vlogs, which was my favorite form of content back then. Well before the Casey Neistat, I was actually a massive family vlogging fan. So I used to watch the Shaytards of all people. You can look them up. And I just obsessed over this idea that you could film videos and connect with people across the world and do it as a full-time job. So I was like, let's go. And I started a channel as a young guy, and I was vlogging my life at that time. And I loved it and learnt a lot. Put that to the side. I sort of became really obsessed with it and became unhealthy. I gave it up. And for years and years and years, I've always wanted to do it again. And now, 13 years later, here I am wanting to give it another go. Lots changed since then. I wouldn't have known all those years ago what life would be like. But the reason why I want to make a YouTube channel is my passion is for helping young men who are lost in their life. I'm still a young man myself. I'm 28. But I'm married. I've got a child now. I've learnt a few things. And I want to be able to help other men with wisdom that I've learned along the journey, but also by looking to hear the stories of other men. So I plan on interviewing a lot of other men that I know who can provide a lot of value through their story and a lot of practical wisdom. I know when you're in your early 20s and you're trying to figure life out, you're super lost, you're trying to figure out what you want to do as a job, you're trying to figure out how to manage your finances, you're trying to figure out who you are, why you're alive, how to build healthy relationships. And I think for me, when I was in those early years, I became very lost, and I thought that I could never become who I wanted to become. I had some bad habits. I had some, I guess, trauma, which is a bit of an overused word, but some experiences that had shaped me and my character. And I wanted to change. I wanted to be a different guy. I wanted to be the kind of man that I respected. And so, yeah, like I want to help young men that are in that same circumstance right now, by hearing the stories of others and by walking the journey with me. I don't consider myself to be a wise man. I think that if you do consider yourself to be a wise man, that's probably what makes you not a wise man. But I want to walk the journey in helping others that are maybe just starting out in life, in adulting, and delving into things like career, relationships, marriage, becoming a dad, you know, realizing what you want to do in life. These are all the areas that I feel like I can speak into, but I also would love to get some help by listening to other wise men who are way wiser than myself, and yeah, getting their advice as well. I can see online on YouTube there's a lot of guys making content around helping with productivity and habit building, and being a man essentially. But I want to come at it from a different angle, that I want to promote the idea of being a humble man. I think that the most humble man of all in whole history was Jesus Christ, and that he, although being God, stepped down into humanity and became a man and lived a life that showed us who God was and is, and was so sacrificial and ended up dying a criminal death for all of humanity to rescue them from their sins. That's the kind of man that I want to be. That's the kind of man that I want to promote. And I want to find other humble men who also follow after his example. I was once lost, and the only way that I became found was, number one, was, saying, God, I'm going to follow in your ways. I am in a deep, dark hole and I need you. And I cried out to God. And number two was being around men that had walked the journey, who could give me advice and who I could imitate my life after. And I'm still doing that right now in my current life. It doesn't stop. But without those sorts of men in my life in my 20s, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And so I want to be able to provide that value to you. You know, I would love to connect with people online and to make an impact. And that's why I'm making this first video. I think I can make better videos, but I've heard you should just start. And this is me just starting so that I stop making excuses and that I get into this. So if this is something that you'd like to follow, I often like to follow people's journey on YouTube. I would love for you to subscribe. More importantly, I would actually like to hear from you if this interests you, and if this message resonates with you, to put a comment in there. Or I've put my email in the description. You can send me an email too. I really would love to connect with you. Alright, this is about just getting started, so I'll share hopefully more of my journey as time goes, and hopefully be able to speak more into, you know, that area of being lost and how to, to find the right way in life. Alright, I'm going to stop talking because I don't know what else to say. All right. Talk to you very soon, people of internet.